Welcome back to the Married at First Sight Welcome back to the Married at First Sight Season 13, Episode 5 Review. This is Couples Couch with and Cam.
I used to don't know how to spell.
Y'all can already see how this episode is about to turn out with Couples Couch today. So let's jump right into it. If you are new to our channel, welcome. Please be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button.
Ding!
And also, if you are not new to our channel, welcome back. You know what I'm about to say. This will be a high-level overview. I don't get into the nitty-gritty details of everything that happened in the episode. The episode's already 2 hours long, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we're about to just hit the high points and everything that's relevant to each couple in the episode. So let's jump right into episode 5.
Kinda, sorta.
Yes.
Feeling very ADHD today.
He's trying to start off that way. Let's get into it. The show opens up with the couples waking up on their honeymoon. I guess day 1 of their honeymoon, right?
Yep.
In the Florida Keys. Jose already starting with the kisses, the morning kisses, as soon as he pop his eyes open. It's like, go away with this, Apollo. I don't know if you know that's a quote from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Yes, so he starts with the morning kisses as soon as they get up. Now, Jose and Rachel are in bed and they're talking about ways that they are similar and ways that they're different. Jose goes into a rant about how she likes her coffee different from how he likes his coffee. Blah, blah. Then Rachel brings up the thing about brushing her teeth and how she really didn't like that. Because he also tries to feed her as well. Like, maybe he has like a mouth obsession. I fell literally right into it. I didn't mean to.
Damn right, you got a mouth obsession.
I didn't mean to say that. So Rachel's like, you're trying to feed me. You're trying to brush my teeth. I'm not a baby. I'm very independent. Rachel tells a story too that her father once told her when she was young that before you get married, you need to make sure you have an education and a career, because if the husband decides to leave you, then you're going to be left behind without nothing. Rachel's dad actually gives her really good advice. I don't really know if it applies in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, they haven't even really gotten anywhere in their marriage just yet to say that. I guess she's trying to show how being independent is very important. But I think you reaching now. You know what I mean? It's a reach. Like, he just want to brush your teeth. Just let him brush
Let me brush your teeth.
No. I'm not a baby. I am very independent.
I'm with you. I ain't trying to brush your teeth either.
So, I don't know. I just think she started going too far. But maybe that's just how serious
she has to counteract crazy with over...
It was like a little extra for me.
More logic than necessary. Like, bro, you asked to brush my teeth. You're weird, 1.
Uh-huh.
I don't want you to feed me, 2.
Yes.
And my daddy told me that
I need to have a career in education. She wants to be
before you get married. No, you need to do all that just because you need to do all that.
Before you get,
it's got nothing to do with marriage. If you don't do all that, you better get married. That's what your daddy should have told you.
And marry rich.
No, you ain't got nothing to offer. You better just hope to marry a person that pays the bills on time. Like,
if you marry rich, it's a plus.
If you don't have no education, you better look good.
So she wants to make it
and that
clear.
shit only go secure your future for 15, 20 years. After that, he gonna trade you in for a new one.
There's surgery. So she wants to make it clear that
you're gonna be like one of them housewives of Orange County,
Beverly Hills,
left by herself with a regular dude living off the money from her ex-dude.
Listen, let me get it out.
Oops.
She wants to make it clear that she is very independent and can contribute to the marriage. And that was the end of their scene. How many times did we digress in that one scene?
Contribute how? How much? I want to pay half the rent. Well, what does that mean? Like, half the rent could be $1,500 a piece if we got a 3,000.
She wants it to be 50-50. She just want to contribute, pretty much. 50-50. That's her thing. So that was it for their scene. Oh.
But what is like her 50%, her max 50% might be $700 a month. So now we live in a $1,400 a month apartment. I don't want to live there. I mean, depending on your area, $1,400 in our area is go get you a 1-bedroom. I don't want to live there, so I might need you to put in $700. I'll go ahead kick $1,200.
This one Rachel to get a second job.
Yeah. No, I mean, if you got that much principle, Bob. Whatever. We'll get into it later.
We'll get into it because we touch base. We touch base when we get there. We'll get there, right?
You don't tell me what to do first.
Because I hear it coming. Let's move on.
Let me quench your thirst.
You want to feed me?
Just drink it.
Watch it, man. I don't want to have to get.
Y'all heard the Jamaican come out of it. All
right, let's move on to the next scene. Next scene, Bao and Johnny are in bed. They're talking. Johnny tries to make a little joke about some little small animals that came into the room overnight making noises. Come to find out, he was just joking about Bao snoring. Bao says that she can't control it and she's very self-conscious about it, and it's an insecurity that she has. Johnny said the snoring does bother him about his wife, but he'll learn to get through it. Snoring is snoring, right? Yeah. You can't control it. It is what it is. They move on to going out on the patio.
There is stuff you could do, though. I mean,
right, but we'll get there. Let's talk about.
Stop holding me back.
He would give you the whole show in 2 seconds.
I talk like a man. Like I can have this whole 2 hours summed up in 10 minutes. Out the door, y'all get 2-3 jokes, and we call it a night.
We could do that. I'm here for it. But I thought the people want to hear what actually happened in the order of events.
We don't know the order of events. This damn thing been edited so much and flip-flop.
It's overly edited. It's true. No, okay, so they move out to their patio, and Bao starts talking about how she has 90% of... You throw me off every time. They go out to their patio and start talking about swimming on their honeymoon, and Bao mentions that she has more bathing suits than she would like to admit. She said 90% of them have not seen the pool or the beach. She just walks around the house in bathing suits. That's just her thing. That was it for their scene.
I walk around the house with a pool noodle.
I'm moving on to the next scene. Next scene, Mirla and Gil are in their room having breakfast. Mirla says that she is starting to feel comfortable. Things aren't too shabby. Then she kind of makes a joke and says that... the hotel is shabby. More like a senior citizen retirement home kind of a vibe is what it's giving her.
You know what else is shabby?
Don't go there. So the breakfast arrives and Mirla picks through the food, and then she says to Gil, is this regular milk and almond milk or almond milk? And he's like, I'm not sure. She's like, can you taste it and tell me if this is regular milk or...
How the hell am I supposed to know that? Almonds don't even got tits. How am I supposed to drink almond milk?
Anyways, I felt like if you, Mirla, are the one who wants the almond milk and he already told you...
Froth.
What is that?
I have no idea.
I don't...
Probably like whipped or steamed. Yeah. Froth.
If that's the case, then why didn't you just drink it? That too. Like, okay.
I'm not tasting it. I don't drink milk. How about that?
Yeah.
You ain't got no frosted flakes in here or nothing. I'm not drinking no milk.
Banana to go with it.
Straight? Who drinks milk straight?
I don't know. That's very strange. Like
you know what? People that drink milk with dinner.
Remember when they used to give you milk with your whole lunch at school? They would give you all this food at school with a box of milk.
Wonder why you go back to class acting up. I got cotton mouth. I spit in the whole back of my mouth goes with it.
I don't know what they were thinking about.
The only way I drink milk is if I'm dipping cookies in it.
Right.
Or cereal.
I mean, right for you, but me, I'm not a milk drinker at all. That's just not my zhuzh at. Nope.
That's why your bones is weak.
That's fine. It'll be that. I'll be that. I'll be that. Anyway, Gil says he notices that Mirla is really particular Mirla says she doesn't feel like this is a honeymoon.
Something.
The ideal honeymoon would be on a beachfront. This is, like I said earlier, a senior citizen
Marshfront.
home to her. Gila asked her on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you? And she said actually an 8. And she was like, oh, I bet
can
you're
you
a
shut
10.
up? Like, can you please shut up? I hate that.
If you're more than half of the way happy, right? Then why are you complaining about everything that comes past your sight? Like literally everything. Like she criticized the croissant. This is the biggest croissant I've ever seen. Oh, where's the protein on the plate? That they sent all this fruit and bread and no protein? Like, yo, can you be happy for something? You're just...
Ever since I said I do to you, you have ruined my life. You have made everything that could have been happy miserable. And you have torn down everything that we've come across in the last 37 hours.
For what reason? And then you say you happy.
If this is happy, I can't deal with you upset.
No.
Because I'm going to cuss you out good.
So she said to Gil, I bet you're a 10. And he said no. And he was like, I have nothing to complain about. Like,
except for you.
He's like, I'm just focused in on the marriage.
Oh, I guess you're content.
You're just the kind of person who will be content with everything, right? And he's like,
I'm on a free trip.
Gil said he's pretty much just focused in on the marriage and trying to figure out where his feelings are at. He has nothing to complain about, the resort, the room service.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing he got to complain about is the company.
I'm just happy to be here with you.
So Mirla was like, wouldn't you be happier, though, if we were on a beachfront resort? It's just like, yo, things
I would be happy if
matter
I was
to you
with a
this
different
much.
girl. I would be happy if I was with a girl that was appreciative of the fact that we just got married. We're here trying to learn each other.
And you asked for this.
Yeah, like you make it seem like somebody paid you to come here and you didn't get your check.
You asked for all this, and then when you get it, you find everything in
this
sight.
I understand why she's not with nobody.
Aha! There it is.
And why she buy herself material things, because she ain't never
to try to
with an attitude like that. She ain't never gonna fill up
a void.
what's empty in her.
Yeah,
not gonna
trying to fill a void. All right, let's move on to the next scene. Next scene is a spaceship level overview. Brett and Ryan are in their room eating breakfast. Ryan says the day before Brett wasn't great. She probably made a kid cry. Did you catch that, T, when he said that? Because she freaked out so much on the flight to Florida. He said that he is willing to let it go and move forward. They talked about where they would take each other on their first date afterwards.
Ryan just trying to smash.
And that was it for their scene. Let's move on to the next scene. I can't look at you with this scarf on. I cannot. Get out of here.
Thirsty?
I can't. So anyways,
we on the beach.
The couples meet up at the pool. Jose and Rachel, all of them are there except Zach and Michaela. And Mirla, she had some work stuff to do, so she couldn't be there. They chop it up and they talk about where they're at with their marriage. They all said that they're very happy. The couple start to question, like, where are Zach and Michaela? Are they even together? Little do they know they're back in their hotel room. Next scene, Michaela wakes up by herself. Her and Zach are sleeping in separate rooms. Zach said he doesn't feel well. He's having body aches, chills, fever, not eating much. So he's just, laying low in his room. Let's move on to the next scene. Back at the pool, the couples are still there hanging out. They talk about who kissed who.
Pointing at me for.
All the couples reveal that they've kissed, but Gil said he has not kissed Mirla but on her cheek. Jose and Rachel decide to show everybody that they have kissed each other and how they do it.
Of course he want to show off his mouth.
Stay in each other's mouth. Y'all two have a mouth obsession. I think Rachel is just as obsessed with the kissing as Jose is. Like, they stay kiss. They don't even finish a sentence. They stay with the kissing. Yeah, honey, I mean, that's exactly what I... It's like, yo, can you finish a sentence? Y'all stay kissing. Like,
and they are way off on what they expect from each other and what they expect in this marriage. So it's going to make for a lot of fun.
It's going to be very interesting. Jose and Rachel just have no problem kissing each other all the time in the mouth in front of everybody. Just give it a rest for a second. Then Girla, I just made their names in one, Girla. Gil tells the group how particular Mirla is and how she thinks that this resort is a retirement home. Like, he's telling this to the group, everything that she said. He says that she has tantrums if she doesn't eat or if she doesn't sleep, so he just go ahead and treats her like a toddler because she feels like she'll just go ahead and wear herself out at some point, just like a toddler would.
That's how she acts.
And everybody in the group was like, oh, you know, if Mirla was here, she would be having some real choice words for him.
If she was here.
But she ain't, so his mouth is reckless right now. He's just getting everything out that he been wanting to get out in that room.
That's exactly what's...
He couldn't hold it no more. He just had to
And
get
he's
it out.
a good dude, so he gonna struggle it out and try to make it work for so long, but it's gonna get miserable.
It is.
Flip out.
It is. Gil asks the group who has been intimate. None of them have. They're in the group right there.
Right. If the producers weren't telling him what questions to ask, because I think they might have seen like you're by yourself, so here you.
Yeah, be the one.
Yeah.
So clearly they were telling Gil to ask these questions.
Yeah, to like navigate the conversation or whatever.
Yeah.
But if not, then those are things he's into, like kissing and making, like that's what was on his mind.
Clearly.
And his girl ain't even letting him do nothing, so.
Nada. So
yeah, that's
Bao and Johnny shares with the group that they knew each other prior to the wedding. All the couples were like beyond shocked, like they couldn't believe that they knew each other. From there, the couples just go swimming. They have a good time. Johnny says he can't see or hear nothing else outside of looking at Bao's booty when she takes off her.
What booty?
I knew you was going to say that. I knew you was going to. He said that she has he can't stop looking at it. Pretty much is what he said. And
can't stop looking to try to find it.
And I'm moving on to the next scene. Next scene, Zach reveals that he tested positive for COVID. Michaela is negative. They're about 6 feet apart in the video. Zach says he mentally cannot be near her right now. Not because he can't stand her or nothing. It's just because he don't want to get her sick. He don't want to get her sick, and he don't feel right to know that he has COVID, and she wants him to be like right up on, under her. And
right. So what we have in the scene
is
a very grown up and mature subject, and it's being dealt with on one side with maturity and
correct
knowledge, and on the other side pure emotion and incoherent whines of things that can't happen. Like, I just want him next to me. I got COVID.
Do you know how many bathing suits that I've bought you for us to go out swimming?
I have COVID.
And you want me to give COVID to everybody in the resort, not just you then? Because you want me to put my
No, you want me to worry about you and your bathing suits over my health and having COVID. Like,
he's like, I don't feel good. I don't feel good.
But I want you next, and I'm gonna want me. Yo, don't even go back, bro. Stay down there in the Keys. Get lost in the Keys. Don't go back. I'm telling you now. Right.
Let's move on to the next scene real quick.
Don't go back, Zach.
Next scene, Jose and Rachel go out for an excursion. Rachel surprises Jose with fishing. Apparently, Jose loves to fish, and that's his thing. So she wanted to surprise him with that. And that was it for that scene. Super spaceship level.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the next scene. Next, Mirla and Gil sit down for dinner.
This heifer aggravates me.
Mirla asked him what was the tea. He spilled all the tea about what happened at the pool.
Who cares? Let's get to the part that matters.
Okay. Mirla says that, they talked about the fact that he told them that he hasn't kissed her, and she's like, because we're strangers. And he's like, but we're married. And she's like, but we're strangers. I just want to keep going. Mirla reveals she hasn't kissed anyone on the first, second, or third date. She says she's been in 4 serious relationships, and it takes time for her to get to the touchy-feely stage. So Gil asks her, so what makes you feel loved?
So how do you feel loved? Outside from quality time?
Gifts,
I love the honesty.
I have to be honest. This needs to get changed. This is not.
Gifts is her answer.
She's disgusting.
I was like, yo, if given the wrong answer, even if that's how you felt, like, it just makes you look some kind of way to say gifts. Like, especially when you've been coming off, materialistic from the gate, and then you.
And it ain't gifts. It ain't gifts that matter. It ain't gifts of like, hey, I know this might mean a lot to you. Or
that would be thoughtful.
Yeah.
No.
She just wants things that
expensive
cost money
things.
because
Expensive
other people will
things.
pay for it.
Yes. So he said, so would you appreciate like me getting you a Cartier bracelet? Or
Ooh, dude, go on.
She was like, now you got my attention, dude. Like, now you talking. And then he's like, or would you like me to give you like a quilt?
Do we not have words for girls like this? I mean, I know when I was out in these streets, we, as me and the collective that I hung out, we had
a certain term
categorizations for these type of girls.
Is that a word?
Probably not, but we knew what we was talking about.
Well,
they was like a trophy. Like, if you're that out forward that your material, now it's like, for some dudes, knock her down and don't give her nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen dudes
because she's after certain things, so now you're gonna make it that you're after.
Exactly, like you, like okay.
I peep game. I know how the game go.
Oh, hold on now.
I'm just saying.
Tyrone out here.
Really? Why you gotta bring up Tyrone?
But I'm saying I wouldn't do that because you gotta spend way too much time and you are gonna have to shut out money for. But like it's when you're that
materialistic.
But it's I'm looking for a word.
Shallow.
More derogative.
Derogatory.
I like my way better.
I don't know what the
hussy, heifer, hoochie.
All the H's.
All the H's. We just knock all the. But can't say all the H's.
Okay.
But I'm
right.
saying like you make yourself so much more unattractive.
So he said, what if he was the one to make the quilt? Like I needed.
She don't care.
He was like, what am I? 85 years old. Like if you gave me the quilt, I'll be like, check please. And I was like, yo, you're not 85. You're not even smart enough to see that he is trying you to see how much substance you have just in this conversation. And you can't even be wise enough to even play the game to be like, yo, I know he's trying me right now, so I'm going to go with the quilt, even though I got 10 quilts from Meemaw at the house already, but I'm going to say I'll go with the quilt just to show. You're not going to
put my Meemaw in there.
I'm just saying.
My Meemaw's quilts are priceless, okay? Stop it. Secondly,
I'm just saying, go play the game at least for the sake of the conversation.
She's never had to play the game because she has her protector and her scrawny ass brother. You'll never have to see me mad. I don't give a shit.
Wait a second.
Dude, bleep it.
I can't believe
now I don't like her or her brother.
Listen, she's just not smart. You're not smart. Like, you're just not smart.
Let her brother and her guy friends tell her she's genius.
Just take the quilt. Yes, give me the quilt. I would love a quilt. You made it. It means everything to me. Then he'll show up with a Cartier bracelet because you shown that you appreciate the little things. Maybe. My husband, no. But maybe you get what we give. You're going to get me my blanket, and he better see you covered with it, too.
Listen, if you want a bracelet, just say you want a Cartier bracelet, and you go buy it. But if you waiting on me to give you a Cartier bracelet...
You ain't never going to get it.
I'm not buying a Cartier bracelet for myself for a gift.
You're not doing it because you don't want to. You're just not doing it because it ain't on your mind
to
do something
my brain don't work like what use, what does it
But
do?
I thought it was just funny how she perked up soon as she heard the expensive gift. Like she was sitting back in her chair just listening. As soon as he said Cartier bracelet, she was like, oh, what are we talking about here? That's no bueno.
But you tell her she got a price on her. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a price associated with you. And she going, oh, you can't call me. But that's how you act.
Did you catch Gil's eye roll at the end of that scene? He was too through. His face said it all. His mouth didn't say it, but his face needs deliverance.
He probably over there with Zach, like, please, bro, blow
on me.
Sneeze this way, cough over here.
COVID-2.
I'm trying to get away from this helpful.
Next scene, Gil and Mirla are back in their room, and he says, "Hey, I got a surprise for you." And he pulls her out to the patio, and it's or the balcony, right? Patio, balcony, whatever. And
according to her, it's just a ledge, a landing.
Not a ledge. And he had like bouquets of flower. Bouquet.
Just
I caught myself. It was wrong. It was wrong, wasn't it? Was it wrong?
Push through.
It was a bouquet of flowers and some champagne and macaroons. Now I have not had a macaroon. Ain't that what it is?
Ain't nothing but a moon pie.
In different colors.
That's a little bitty ass moon pie. Put it in the microwave for 8 seconds. Yeah. Put it in the microwave for 8 seconds. Let it get that marshmallow get a little. Moon pie.
He is so country, y'all. He is so a moon pie.
They come chocolate and they got the yellow ones too.
It was the yellow one that I automatically envisioned when you said moon pie. And I have never had a moon pie either. They just didn't look appetizing to me when I was young.
I don't really like them either, unless they're warmed up.
So she had a bunch of little ones of them. And she was like, these are delicious. These are this. And he was like, yo, that just shows you the difference between me and you, because I could just have done with a chocolate chip cookie.
Vanilla wafer, whatever. You really want to give me
vanilla wafer. Famous Amos cookies. Those hit hard though. Coronavirus.
Don't say that.
Delta variant. Yeah. Anyways, so he just tried to show her like, this is just a bougie cookie.
Yeah. Pretty
much. And she was like, we beg to differ because I don't think it, think like that. Whatever the case, she ate her moon pie and her and her champagne. And that was it for that scene. Right?
Why do people that do bougie things not like people to call them bougie? Like, that's why you're doing it.
Because, right, you want to experience that bougie
experience. Yeah, like so you bought an $800 belt, not because it's a better belt than one you could get at Walmart. They both hold up your pants. But you bought an $800 belt so everyone knows you have an $800 belt. That makes you bougie. Why not just own it? I have 2 tones in my face and I'm bougie.
Not 2 tones in my face.
I'm pretty much plain, but I act like I'm all glammed. Yeah. But I'm plain as hell.
Yeah.
And I'm bougie. Just do it. Yeah. I don't want to wear makeup, so I got 2 tones and I'm bougie. Ruin everything fun that ever happens.
I did want to also touch on the fact that Gil revealed that he has not been in a long-term relationship in 6 years. He said the longest relationship he has been in was like a year or a year and a half. The shortest was like 6 months. So
what the hell does any of that matter?
I don't know. That was just part of their conversation on that ledge, aka their patio.
What does it matter? Like,
I don't know. I don't know why people like sit back and really think about all the years and all the. I don't know.
The girl I was with before Kamara was batshit crazy.
I'm not talking about anybody, kid.
Does that somehow dictate what we're gonna? How does that work?
I think they just want to highlight the fact that they didn't have anybody for so many years. You know what I mean? Or wasn't with somebody for so many years. So that was it for that scene. Her face actually dropped a little bit, like, oh, you haven't had a relationship in 6 years? And he was like, yeah, I just had flings in between then. So that was it for...
These people are stupid as hell.
I'm moving on to... Next scene, Michaela gives Rachel a FaceTime call. Rachel's with Jose, of course. And Michaela tells Rachel that Zach has COVID. She's negative, so they decided that it's best for her to go back to Houston. Zach will stay in Florida to quarantine. Makes sense, so he don't spread it through the airplane and the airport and all that stuff. So
put his ass on a Greyhound
and spread it through the Greyhound bus. That's not fair to the driver.
Ain't nobody riding Greyhound buses.
So Rachel hangs up the phone and she says to Jose, "Oh, I worry that Michaela being apart from Zach will create distance and their strong connection would get lost.
What strong connection?
Like,
first of all, did you see her face when she answered the FaceTime?
Who? I got real Jamaican.
She was like, "Oh, he got COVID." What's the last time we was around there?
She started counting the days. The last time. How you feel?
Oh, we good.
You got any body aches, chills?
Oh, that's horrible.
I can't stand him. I swear. I just think that Rachel just showed that she ain't got no good sense. She was like, I feel like that strong connection would be lost if they create distance between them right now. It's so early on in the process. I'm like, he has to quarantine for what, 14 days? Y'all can't be away from each other for 14 days.
That means y'all should be.
Issue.
Yeah.
There's going to be times in your marriage that you have to be away from the other person for whatever.
Want to be. Huh?
He ain't lying. He ain't lying.
What happened?
So, that just shows that Rachel ain't ready for a relationship, much less a marriage. Just with that thought process. Like, that don't even make sense.
These kids.
Ryan and Brett are going for a couples massage or having a couples massage. And Brett asked Ryan during the massage, like, if you could have your way right now, when would you want to have kids? And he was like, now. And she was like, oh, okay. And then just like that, Ryan switches the topic to intimacy. Mind you, we got
sex.
2 people massaging
they got this
actively.
Ryan was like, hey, let's talk about sex and what it's going to take for me to have it with you while this 60-year-old grandmother rubs my back.
Not in so many words, but he might as well have said that. What are you thinking about? So she's like, well, I haven't, dated or been with anyone in a long while. And Ryan goes on to say, well, I'm a really sexual person. As the lady sitting, I would have paid good money for that lady to take her mask down so I could have seen her full reaction to what she was overhearing while giving this man a massage. I just feel like Ryan is, if given the wrong or bringing up the wrong topic at the wrong time. Was a person. Like, get out of my head, my notes, my everything.
That was just predictable.
He really was, though. I was like, why are you bringing this up right now? The lady's face at the end of that scene was like...
It was so awkward. Like,
it was very awkward. It was giving everything awkward.
That's because Ryan just trying to... he finds her so annoying. Like, because she talks and talks. And look at his face when she's talking. He's like... But he's like giving those...
Textbook answers?
All you men know what I'm talking about. Like,
right, you're talking to the men now. Go ahead and hit them up.
I've had to do it. Do it occasionally. Like, yeah, like, oh, that's great. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
you do that all the time.
but you're like, yeah, okay. I mean, you're interested, but like, they're way more into it than you.
That's all the time in conversations. It's true. Now you just go ahead and just tell on yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean.
So you just entertain me is what you're saying? Yeah. So you just been entertaining me for 10 years?
Not the whole time. We got about a year of real, like, good conversation.
Get out of here. This one is so wackadoo.
Yo, no, I'm saying, but for me, I'm, like you said, I'm 10 years in. It's too far gone. I got to act like I care now. I mean, I got to care now.
Say what you're saying.
But Ryan, he doesn't. It's so obvious.
It's apparent on his face.
Yeah, like his body language is just like
screaming. I'm just making it through.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the vibe you're giving me. Sorry, Ryan. I know you're gonna hit us.
I know you. Yeah, but bro, like,
yo, tell me
if we're wrong. I feel for you. I feel for you.
Probably can't.
Because he doesn't want to come off as a bad dude. Right. He knows he can't just leave. Like, what? Yeah. If you're put in a situation where your wife is really annoying, what are you going to do? Besides, like, try to make it work for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And then call it quits at the end.
Yeah, there's really nothing you can do.
Yeah, you can't be like, trade her out. Or that's what they need to do.
Wife swap.
They need to have some, like...
Remember that show?
I got some Show ideas. Hit me up.
Jeez. All right, let's move on to the next scene.
First couple to say I love each other. You get a secret person to come in and be like, I heard you said you love Johnny. Mm-hmm. You're like, yeah, so that's good. You got strong feelings. I give you 10 grand if you leave him right now.
There we go.
So that ain't love, so quit saying it.
There we go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when people say, oh, I love him, how much? Oh, I love him, without...
Just a strong like.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll give you $5,000 to leave him right now. All right, I'm gone. That's all your love is?
Strong like.
What if someone would have came up to you 2 weeks? Because they usually say I love you.
2 weeks ago?
No. They usually say I love you, one of the couples, within like 2 or 3 weeks. So 2 or 3 weeks into our relationship, we wasn't saying I love you.
No. And if they would have hit me off 10 G's off.
A week after the first time you said you love me, if they would have been like, I'll give you 10 grand to leave Patrick.
I would leave.
Me too.
And I would have broken off a little something. We're like, yo, let's go
have
go have a good dinner.
I would have left with my 10 grand.
A good dinner.
Well, I gotta go. You think I'm gonna accept dinner? You gonna break up with me and then tell me to go to dinner? You and that dinner can go.
Then I'm gonna feed you like Jose. Johnny meets up with Jose to ask for his help to pick out an outfit for Bao. He says that he wants to surprise her with a nice dinner on the beach. Johnny says that he wants to be like Jose. Like, he's his inspiration. He wants to be like Mr. Romance. Like Johnny. I like Jose. Jesus, too many people.
Keep playing around.
Johnny says he plans to lay it all out there with Bao, and he wants her to know how he feels about her romantically. I don't know. I ain't like none of the outfits in the shop they was picking out. I mean,
There's
none
the
of it.
gift shop in the lobby of a retirement home. Like, what do you want them to do?
Not a retirement home, but it was like, and then you could get like outfit ideas from Jose of all people.
Well,
listen, okay, all right, it makes sense. It makes sense. Okay, I see you, Johnny. I see you.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink more than 2 pina coladas while y'all out shopping, but I'm saying.
Next scene, Gil surprises Mirla with a boat ride to a special location to do a seaplane ride, I guess is what he said, right?
Yeah, I was like, oh, this dude is smart as hell. He gonna throw her out the plane.
No. No, Mirla's reaction instantly was like, she kept like holding her neck, was like,
I need you to go on this plane so I can throw you out.
I don't want to do it. She was like, she hopes the ride will be smooth. First of all, was her first reaction. She was like, because I'm going to get motion sickness. And,
you ain't had no problem when you flew from Texas down to here before when you thought you was going to a resort. You ain't had no motion sickness in.
Yeah, you know what? You right, though.
And y'all gonna come back and y'all gonna come back in the comments with, oh, but it's a smaller plane in turbulence. No.
You're right, though.
Mirla is full of
Who gets motion sickness, who gets vertigo episodes, and knows what that nauseating feeling feels like. I don't know so much if she knows what she means. She said she felt like she was going to throw up in the seaplane.
But she didn't throw up.
She was like, I'm ready to get off of here now. She was like, I'm ready to get out of here. And
but
they landed.
Like, yo, you are she's one of them. She'll use any and everything to like throw a wrench.
Yeah, she's like a killjoy.
Yes. I couldn't even be around.
Yeah. So the whole time when he was trying to tell her, like, talk her into going onto the seaplane and stuff, I couldn't stop looking at him with that black hoop earring and seeing like Mr. Clean. Remember Mr. Clean? Remember, with like.
I'm thinking he ain't never heard of no bumps.
That too. Oh, that's
or let it grow out.
Just do a beard, dude. Like you would be, it would be a vibe if you did a beard, because all of this here, do a beard, but it was that earring, like.
Or just do this. Walk around like this.
I'm moving.
What's up, y'all?
I'm moving on.
Hey, Pat.
Johnny heads back to his room with the outfit that him and Jose chose for Bao.
And that shit is ugly.
And it's so bad. And he buys her an extra large. And he was like, that's the only size they had left. And
Then pick something else. Yo.
What are you thinking about?
Whose college student government was you in charge of? He must have been like, he was the secretary or something. He just took notes. He took meeting notes.
Meeting minutes.
Meeting minutes. That's it. Because he wasn't making no kind of decisions.
And then Jose with his good brain, like going out there to.
Who said he got a good brain?
That's true. But
This
he's
dude
supposed
want to
to
control everybody.
Mr. Romance couldn't tell you, like, dude, they have plenty other things here in a size small that you could buy instead of buying her a double XL at full price as well.
These two in there looking like the movie The Birdcage. coming out with gift choices like Dumb and Dumber. Idiots.
Secretly, that was a dope movie, The Birdcage.
It was really good.
That with Robin Williams.
Robin Williams at his one of his best.
Oh my god! And he's already a goat. So yeah,
Patch Adams. Love all of them.
Yeah, great. But so yeah, he comes back with this double size, extra large shirt. And he tells her that he
must have bought a shirt for the booty he thought he saw on her. That's what it was. He thought he got a thick. Yeah, my girl thick. Like, bro, who?
You know what that sounds
You got another chick? No. You better not let Bao find out about your thick chick.
Do you remember that movie, Shallow Hal?
Yes, yeah.
I'm sorry.
But instead of seeing a fine chick, he see a thick chick.
It's the opposite.
Yo,
that
Bao
was good too, though.
Bao, you better watch it, because if that man ever see real cheeks, it's a wrap. He not gonna know how to act.
A Reynolds wrap. So he tells her that he wants to take her on a surprise dinner. They head out, and Bao sees that it's a romantic picnic dinner on the beach, and she was like, no one's ever done anything like this before for me. And then Johnny gets all emotional and tells Bao that it's only been 4 days and he's really growing real feelings for her. I will never find another lover
more precious than you, sweeter than you, and I will never find another lover more precious than you. More precious than you.
Bao, you are close to me, you're like my mother.
Close to me,
You're like my brother. Close to me, you're like my sister. Close to me, you're like my cousin. Oh.
you are the only one. You're my everything. And to you, this song I sing all my life. I never heard someone snore like you. That I finally found you. You gotta take that down. I pray for someone like you, and I hope that you feel the same way too.
Hey, I'm with it. If you with it, I'm with it.
Bro, Bao, you have to stop, bro.
Yo, he done broke down into a Jodeci song on the beach.
He was about to cry.
And bloodshot.
He was about to cry. Yo, when he hit her with the, if you don't feel the same, you don't have to tell me. It's okay. We can
just enjoy the picnic.
And then
Bao just sitting there like Bao has now exited the chat. Are you here? Do you hear him? He is talking to you. Do you hear him? She's like, when you see Bao has exited the chat.
It's the same for me.
Well, why it took so long? Was that over editing? That was over editing.
She don't.
I was like, yo, you could have. The man was about to let these long tears drop, and you took so long to say, the feeling is mutual.
Yo, he's so insecure.
It's bad. It's bad.
Badman.
It's really bad. Like, you could just, I don't know. And then she stood silent for so long.
Like, it's okay. Keep trying. Weirdo.
So,
first, bro.
She finally says that the feeling is mutual, and then Johnny opens up and says he's glad that it is because, he has been.
Are you serious? Oh!
He He said he's been on over 100 dates. She was like, well, you know what? Had he not ghosted me, he could have saved himself 100 dates. What is this face?
That's her phone. She's fine.
They're just weird together, you know?
Maybe they'll work.
I think they might. Just weird enough, they just might. They kind of remind me of Bennett and Amelia from 2 seasons ago.
Well, no. Not even close.
Not
they had like personalities. Like
just just strange.
He is a nerve ending waiting to be agitated, and she is
weird. It's just weird.
Like 5 levels behind her face. Does that make sense? Like she's there, but she ain't there. She's like,
I get it. You said 5 levels behind her face.
Like she's back there, but she's just watching through windows.
Back there.
Hey, you go up there, you look. She in the house. I see y'all moving in there. And when she does talk, she only talks to you through the ring. Can I help you? Are y'all home? What can I help you with?
We just want to talk to you about some solar panels. I'm moving on. I'm crying. I can't.
Do you already have an insect control person? Well, what we're doing right now is we're going all the way out to the street. The guys you use probably stop right here. Like every 2 months the same. It'd be a different company. Like, you know, the guys you're using, the guys we're using, they told us 2 months ago they were going to go all the way out to the street. Yeah, but we go to the exterior of the curb. Like, our spray drizzles over.
We digress too much. Then you also get your own security system. People coming back. Is there anything extra you want on your security system?
Yeah, y'all need more cameras.
You don't need nothing. Nothing.
And don't worry, it'll keep you from coming back.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Jose and Rachel are having dinner, and they talk about their living situation when they get back to Houston. Jose said he would like for her to live in his house, but Rachel said she doesn't want to be living in his place where he could be like, you're in my house, kind of a vibe. Which is pretty smart on her end, because when people get angry, they do get crazy and be like, well, you in my place. Don't get out the bedroom and go sleep on the couch, because you in my house. You know, people get crazy. It never happened to me because I knew better than to do that. Why are you looking crazy now? It's true. People do that when they get mad. Some people. Let me not put everybody in one bucket. Say it ain't so. You sit here looking
I ain't
lost.
never owned a house and brought nobody into it, so.
I'm just saying people can get some funny type of way when they
I
get
kick people
mad.
out of my car, though, so yeah.
See what I mean? So anyway, she said she didn't want to live in his house. She wants to have a place that they can call their own together. And he's like, well, I want a 2-story house with a game room and a pool table and this and that. And she was like, well, I want a house that I can afford so I can contribute 50-50. Rachel says she wants to be able to be in a house that she can afford. And meanwhile, Jose saying he want to be able to provide for her. And if she should, you know, let him as the man provide for her. So they're going to bump heads when it comes to finances. I already see this and how that's going to roll. So that'll be interesting too.
He's super responsible.
Exactly. Ryan and Brett are out eating dinner. This is going to be a Patrick level overview because you know he don't want all the
Who
details.
is Patrick? Because you changed my name to Pat.
A Pat level overview. Ryan reveals that a deal breaker for him is if the girl or his wife doesn't want kids. That's non-negotiable for him. He wants kids. Brett says she's happy with that because she does want to have a family. She doesn't necessarily want to just be a mom. She wants to have a full family. She don't want to be like the single mom setup, she said. They also said that, and to put it in context, she said she was thinking about, you know, freezing her eggs, but she didn't necessarily just want to go have the child without having the family. She wants to have the family, not just the child. Some women freeze their eggs, don't have a partner, and are willing to just raise a child and have a child without having the family because they haven't made the connection, or you know what I mean? Jose gets Rachel a piece of cake, tiramisu to be exact. Is it cake or is it pie?
And this sounded like two females sharing a dessert after dinner.
She takes a bite and Jose says, and I want to be fed. Right? She's like, oh, Lord, you're going to pull me out my comfort zone. Lord, you're going to pull me out my comfort zone. And he was like, that's right. So she feeds him a piece of cake or a piece of pie. I don't know what tiramisu is really. Not my thing. She says, oh, okay, I can do this. I can feed you. That wasn't that bad. And he was like, excuse me?
No, he said, excuse you.
Oh, excuse you? Excuse me. I was like, yo, this is all so weird for me. Why do I need to feed you? You got your own, he has his own piece of cake, piece of pie, whatever you want to call it, in front of him.
These people are idiots.
Do you need me to feed you your food?
I don't want you doing nothing on my plate.
Big bites.
I don't want you to make my plate. Don't.
Good.
None of that. I'll make my own plate. My mom taught me how to feed myself. I can feed. I can make my own plate.
Drop it in the comments
I can determine when I'm hungry, when I'm not hungry. I know what I want to eat, what I don't want to eat. I don't need you to tell me what's good for me and bad for me. Don't tell me what I can and can't drink. I'm good.
I want y'all to drop in the comment section below for me. Am I missing something? Is this like a way of showing affection? The feeding each other thing in a relationship? Like, is that a thing now? Like, you just need to feed your spouse or your partner or whatever?
If so, can I trade it out for a sexual act?
I cannot stand
Like,
you.
I don't want to be fed, but can I trade it? Like,
let me know if this is a thing. I'm very interested to know, because he just stay wanting to be fed. He stay wanting to brush teeth and all kinds of stuff, and it's just
he's
weirding
weird.
me out.
Next thing you know, he's gonna be screening her phone calls, telling her which family members she can and can't talk to. Bro, I'm telling you, people like that are weird.
I'm moving on to the next scene. Mirla and Gil are getting ready for bed. Gil talks about how it takes Mirla forever to get to bed because she does this whole face routine. Whole time, I'm still seeing those same red flannel pajamas that she started out with on the wedding night 3 days ago. And they start talking about how her lashes need to be refilled and she can't wait to get home to, refill her lashes. Whole time, Gil talk about in his head, he can't wait for you to get home to wash these pajamas.
Dang, why? Your pajamas smell like 3 days ago.
Why are you still in these pajamas, but yet you so high maintenance?
Yeah, you right. You not high maintenance. You dirty.
I know you pack more than one thing of pajamas.
My 4-year-old son would love to hang out with you. Because he liked to wear pajamas for 3 days straight.
No,
too.
he don't.
He liked to wear them. He don't get to, but he would if he could.
No, he changes his clothes often. He does. Say he doesn't. So much so I'm like, you can't be changing your clothes 4 times a day. Like, I'm just.
But they all be pajamas.
It's true, but it's always a new pair. He got a new pair.
Maybe she bought a bunch. Maybe she got like
mid-morning, lunchtime, and nighttime. He changes like 4 times.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, you're not going to shame my son, not with Mirla, who's wearing the same pajamas 3 days in a row, but talking about macaroons. Like, you're not going to talk about these macaroons.
And that's, Adrian, wash your pajamas, because I took some of that pink macaroon, I put it on your shoulder like that, and look, I scratch it, it's still there. There it go, crusting up.
You know her pajamas getting old when they start looking wide. You know? The sleeves start looking worn out, like they get big. Like,
how you pajamas go from a medium to a large? This shit large and stretched out all over.
So much she had to roll them bad boys up in the bed. You know what I'm talking about. Look at her, because it started getting wide because you done moved too much in it.
And you in Florida too. You got that humidity.
Like, you coming from Texas though?
I think been steamed out.
I'm done with this. The final few scenes of this episode, Michaela is back in Houston alone. Michaela and Zach say they're missing each other. Ryan and Brett head to a hammock back in Florida, and just to lounge around and talk. Ryan tells Brett. Boy names. Ryan tells Brett that He is happy and plans to follow through, and he's here for the right reasons. You good? For the right reasons. Jose and Rachel are turning in for bed, and then Rachel brings up her finances. She was like, I know we're about to go to sleep, but I really want to talk about this before we go to bed. She's like, I just want to, just say that I don't save very well, and I don't have much money, and, I just decided to get a credit card and go to Europe, and was just like, forget this, I'm going to do it. And she's like, I know I need to grow up.
That mean that shit delinquent? She ain't made no payments on it.
So then Jose was like, do you want me to take over the finances then? And, and I can just, she's like, with my money too? And he's like, well, we could have like 2 joint accounts. And she was like, well, I like to have my own separate account and then a joint account, for our joint bills. And Jose said, well, we could have 2 joint accounts and they pay bills out of that. And then whatever's left, you just take from that. And she was like, I don't know. People still do that. Like, I don't want to be feeling like
pay their bills before you take money out to have fun.
I don't want to feel like I have an allowance. So
that's what you. If you don't have a lot of money, listen. If you don't have a lot of money,
yes,
and you want to pay your bills,
as a married, talk about it in a married context.
She not even ready for. She hasn't got the single context down.
Much less the married. Hey. All right, go ahead. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Okay, so you get your paycheck, right? You take the money that you have to pay, which are your bills, rent, car note, insurance, and you pay all that first, right? Then whatever's left over after all your bills are paid, that's your allowance or
disposable income.
There you go. Call it whatever you want, but you need someone to institute that into your life because you have. Oh, I got a credit card and I went to Europe. Ain't no $2,000.
No, that's a guap.
Yeah, you got a credit card irresponsibly. You ran it up and you probably can't make the payments now.
And now you're looking at Jose.
Yeah, like, well, what do? I don't know how I got into this. I do, idiot.
So Jose's like, yo, just have 2 joint accounts. We pay the bills from that. Whatever's left over, you just spend whatever's there.
Jose better than me because I'd be like, yeah, keep all your stuff over there.
And keep all your bills in your name.
Yeah.
So you ain't going to run up my credit?
Don't put me on nothing. No joint, nothing.
Cosign.
Nothing. Don't even change your last name. I always been against people changing their last name. Keep yours. Don't even put, I don't want to dash Humphreys. No, keep all that. Rachel, whoever you are, keep that. I'm going to keep Jose, whoever I am.
I just thought it was strange that she thought that would be an allowance.
Who you bank with? Wells Fargo? I'm going to give me a Bank of America account.
I don't even want the confusion.
I don't even want to bank with the same institution.
I was like, Rachel, you really do need to grow up. Like, the man done paid off every Sally Mae bill known to man for himself. He pretty much knows what he's talking about, so you might want to take a tip or 2 from him.
I would, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Financial advice to take all day. Facial hair, never.
Next, Bao and Johnny are turning in for bed. Johnny is hoping for some intimacy with Bao. Bao lays down in bed and proceeds to tell Johnny that, she has this insecurity that she really wants to talk about. She's battling with. Come to find out, it's her snoring. She said that when she was younger, she would go to a camp that she would volunteer for. And many years when she would volunteer, she would sit in the cabin and not sleep. Not sleep because she felt like they would watch her and hear her. Bao in the cabin at summer camp.
Rockin'. I only feel like somebody's watching me. Oh, I always feel like somebody's listening, and I just can't sleep at night. Whoa.
And hear her sleeping or snoring.
Dumbass.
So she didn't go to sleep because she didn't want nobody to hear her snoring.
You volunteered. You volunteered to go.
You asked for this.
If you knew you couldn't sleep around people,
take your ass to sleep. Lay down somewhere. That's Listen, what I'm gonna sleep. What I'm gonna do is sleep.
Whose camp advisor are you being if you can't even stay awake in the daytime? We're about to go on this rafting trip. Everybody got their
Bow over here. Oh, yes. Present.
Hiking.
Like, go to sleep. Listen, I don't care if I snore, if I'm sleeping with my mouth open. I'm gonna sleep. And I'm going to sleep good. And I'm not going to worry about what's happening on the outside of me.
I don't hear it.
I don't hear it. Why you sleep? Let me tell you, not to get too personal, but I was just going to say nothing. I wasn't going to say anything.
Go ahead. I ain't going to say that.
This one snores like none other. Do you think that he cares that I can hear him? The people next door can.
I don't hear.
This one sleeps so bad. The snoring is so bad that I literally have to shove him so he can move to a different side. So just so I can not hear that snoring. Like, and you think he wakes up and says, I really feel bad about. So I'm just gonna sit up in the room.
When you talked about the animals that came to visit. The train that came through here, the semi-truck. I don't care. If you don't like it, put some headphones on.
And you know what? Earlier when we was talking about this, or when we watched the episode, you made a good point. You said she don't feel too bad about it because she ain't wearing no nose strips. What you
she don't have
a
breathing machine. One of them.
She probably got sleep apnea.
Probably.
I know you do. You need to get tested for sure because the way you will snore up the whole blanket. Like, because you should at least bring a couple of boxes of those nose strips. Put it on your spreadsheet. Like, to pack it. Right? Get the nose strips. It'll widen you right up.
Yeah.
So you can breathe easy. Because it's not healthy. There's a reason why you're snoring. You're not
snore
getting enough
too,
air.
though.
I do?
A little bit. I'll record it.
No.
I got you.
I'm gonna start sitting up at night, like The Ring. You remember that movie?
Like, why are you volunteering to go to summer camp if you know you ain't gonna be able to sleep all summer camp?
You just didn't want to sleep. Like, you didn't want to sleep for those summers because if you're gonna voluntarily sign up,
she
to
was
not
sleeping.
Sleep,
you can't not sleep.
Many years I would not sleep. She said.
You can't.
I would sit up in the cabin.
She would sit up and then fall over sleep and then end up sleeping like this. Breathe. Like, lay your ass down and sleep like a regular person.
One of her camp members was like me. Like Cam over here. Yeah, let's go to sleep.
Fucking Chewbacca in here?
What's the other they couldn't find in the woods? Bigfoot? Anyway, Bao told Johnny that, you make light of my snoring, but you really hurt my feelings when you say that. And Johnny's eyes got real wide, like, what is she talking about? Like, it's you. That's your makeup. You snore. That's who you are. Like, it doesn't matter. And she was like, Johnny said, I'm making fun of you because it's endearing. If I didn't make fun of you, I don't care about you, She was like, well, I know you say that, but it bothers me. And I feel like if it bothers you, then you should sleep in another bed. And that was the end of episode 5. Child, these people don't have
And
no
she was
problems.
crying.
She tried to drop a long
bawling over some snores.
So anyways, let us know what you thought about episode 5. Drop your comments in the comment section below. We would love to hear from you. Also, be sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button to support our channel. We're almost to 6,000 subscribers. I feel a giveaway coming on, don't you? Why are you looking sideways?
We're almost at 6,000?
We are.
Giveaway at 10.
Oh, okay.
Tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your husbands. Come watch our show.
Share. That's the key to this. Share this video. More visibility. Expand our reach, y'all. Thank you so much.
But not too fast. because we want to do a giveaway when we get to 10,000.
Yeah.
But I want to have this better.
Oh my God.
I'm in the lab right now. I'm in the lab right now, y'all. I'm trying to get right.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Trying to get these shirts down to a medium.
Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate all of your support, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Deuce.